Hello and welcome to Canva, the what, the why and the how. So firstly, what is Canva? Well, Canva is a graphic design application to create visual content. If you haven't have the content but don't know how to create it, there's thousands of templates for you to choose from. It's collaborative. You can work with your teaching team, you can work with students, a team of people and collaborate synchronously and asynchronously. From presentation to printed product, this application has it all. You can also apply branding, colors and fonts to it, which is fabulous. So why use Canva? So have you ever completed training where there's no visually consistent message? There's different fonts, different colors, different imagery that the trainer seems to have taken? Well, Canva can convey a consistent message. What you can do is use the style guide, and the style you can actually add in the fonts that you want to use and the colors that you want to use as well. Another way is you can create transfer your boring pages to some visually exciting content. So in this example, all I've done is I've used the branding colors and a template to transition the content from one document to another. As you can see in the second one, it's a visually consistent message with my branding colors. Another example of this is a table that I had, okay? It wasn't very appealing. I wanted to demonstrate it in another visually appealing manner. My idea was to use a honeycomb. However, to create a honeycomb, a bit beyond my skill set in the sense of time-wise. So all I did was I went into Canva, found a honeycomb image, and then what I was able to create was this image. So you can see from here to here, two very different experiences, but from a learner perspective, this is very to the point. The imagery is consistent. I've got different icons there, and this was all done through Canva. Really simple, really easy to use. Another thing is connection. You can create a team in Canva, okay? So collaboration is important. Collaboration is so important, especially if you're part of a teaching team. So you're using visually consistent imagery and branding across the learner experience. You can have a space where you can connect, create and collaborate and generate artifacts together as a teaching team, but likewise, students can do this as well. Here you can see, you can choose whether they're a member and you just add the email addresses in there. You can actually choose the roles of the students or your teaching team as well. There's administrator, template, designer, member, and I'll pop some details into there below the video, just in relation to the roles and responsibilities. The other thing here is QR codes. Who doesn't know what a QR code now is? But really simple, all in one space. All you do is put the URL in there, generate code, and pop, there comes a URL code, QR code that your students can use. Another thing here is content planner. Have you ever been in that space where you don't have time to post things? Well, at the beginning of your course or the trimester unit, whatever it may be, you can actually plan for content to go out. So in different platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. So why not get it organized at the beginning? And all you do is you schedule the content. So you'll put the date, the channel that you want, so whatever social platform that is, and you can actually pop the caption in there. And what that will do is on that given date is that will populate into that platform. Now, there are other software that do this exact same thing. However, the reason why I'm showing this is it's all in one space, so you're using the application to its maximum. Another great feature of Canva is the present and record or present functionality. I'm using it now so you can actually see how it actually works, but really, really simple. Simply click present and record, and what you can see is your image comes up at the bottom. This builds a sense of connection with learners as well, because they're seeing you, your face, your voice, and building a sense of connection with you as the facilitator or the educator. So let's go through why use it. It gives you a visually consistent messaging. There's collaboration space for you as a teaching team, so the learners are getting a great experience, a consistent experience. You've got QR codes, which is a big thing at the moment anyway. You've got content planner, so you can plan your content at the beginning. And you have presentations that you can actually do at the click of a button. Really, really simple to use in Canva. What else can you use? Okay, one of the things, you can do all the training videos you want, but until you need to do something specific for your purpose, then you'll learn so much more about a software. So I recommend delving into it, using it for as much as you can, and just being consistent with that experience, and you'll learn a lot about Canva. Okay, how does this relate to learner experience design? Okay, first and foremost, let's look at Diana Laurillard's activity types. So the first one that I've added in there is connection. It's important to build a sense of connection. This is an active process. The learner needs to feel part of something, and a visually consistent message will give that experience to a learner. They will feel a sense of connectedness. So by being consistent in the way of visuals, fonts, colors, you will build a sense of connection. Also using imagery such as your face and voice in videos. Knowledge acquisition. This is more from a teaching perspective. So as an educator, what you're doing is you're given a visually consistent message. There's a number of different options you have in Canva, from presentation, infographics, posters. You can present your information in a number of different ways rather than just being in a PDF version, okay? Make it more appealing to learners and make them think about things in a different manner. As I showed you before, the honeycomb, very different to the table, and it's just displaying information in a user-friendly manner. Inquiry. Although this is an active process, this won't really happen in Canva, so we'll skip over that one. Collaborate. So if learners have a Canva account, they can collaborate with each other real time. They can do it synchronously, asynchronously. They can comment. There's also a version history. So if you're doing it part of your teaching team or students are doing it as part of a group, they can actively collaborate. And you can see the version control. You can see the history. It auto saves. It's cloud-based, so you don't have to worry about clicking the old save button and losing it. You will be able to see how stuff has started, all different comments along the way, and how they've been resolved as well. Discussion, again, this isn't a space where it will happen in Canva, so that will happen in another place. Practice, although it could happen in the form of presentations and creating mind maps and brainstorming, it probably won't happen in the Canva space. But one thing that we'll do is produce, okay? Students can choose, learners can choose how they actually produce their work in their way, their colors, their fonts, and their way of representing something. So Canva is fabulous for it. So as you can see, we can use it for connection, acquisition, collaboration, and production. So you can see, using one piece of software, you can apply it to a number of different purposes, which is why one of the reasons why I love Canva. So for you to get started, source your branding guidelines, have a look at your fonts and your colors. I say this because there are so many options in Canva, and the last thing you want is an inconsistent message and just popping in visuals and colors and fonts because you like the look of them. You need to look at it from a learner experience and what they're actually going to be experienced, not across just your training, but across your organization's training or your institution's training. Then start a Canva account. They are free. If you're from K to 12, you can apply from an education account as well. Set up your styles first and foremost. I'll put a link in how to do that, and then explore Canva for your purpose. See what works for you. There'll be things that you find that you go, oh, wow, this is fabulous. So be sure to do that. I hope you enjoy Canva as much as I do.